we present G.F. Newman's The Corrupted.
The war in Vietnam continued through 1968 and got more and more bloody, with the Americans gaining no ground against the Viet Cong. More people joined the anti-war campaign, with 80,000 protesters besieging the American embassy in Grosvenor Square. Clashes with the mounted police got almost as bloody, with hundreds of arrests. Meanwhile, the Labour government rushed through legislation to stem the tide of Asian immigrants flooding in from strife-torn East Africa. None of these immigrants were helping my dad's rental business to prosper. Although they didn't mind crowding 30 to a house, they were smart enough to club together to buy the house. There was much resentment towards them, mostly because they didn't want to integrate into the community. They kept to their own language and customs. On the back of this, Enoch Powell delivered his Rivers of Blood speech in Birmingham. He thought it madness that we were letting in not only entitled immigrants, but all their dependent relatives. A lot of people agreed, especially the butchers of Smithfield. Martin Luther King getting gunned down did nothing to quell racist sentiment here, and in America, it triggered black riots in major cities. All this seemed to go right over Jack's head as he slipped further into what could only be described as madness. It came to a head for me one night in the club, when I knew once and for all I had to get away from him or end up in jail. The irony was that it was my eventual saviour, Joey, who would do for me. But I'm getting ahead of myself. The club was dead, Jack's paranoia having driven the punters away.
Kray's are being done for the McVitie killing. If it happens, I'll have to pop Leah, Brian.
What?
Take her over to the pig farm.
Don't talk daft.
You're still firing after her? Is that what's going on behind my back?
Bollocks. I should let you do it and end up in prison.
Yeah, that would suit you both, wouldn't it?
How's that if she's dead?
She's got too much information about me, Brian. If the Krays do go for Jack yet, I could be next. She'd give evidence against me at my trial.
What trial's that? Oh, did you get nicked and didn't tell me?
Oh, we got to get more guns. The IRA's got plenty. I got a geezer coming to see me.
No, that's not good news, Jack. Look, talk to George Fenwick before you deal with these paddies.
And what'll he do? Just make me put my hand deeper in my pocket to bung ponts in coppers? I want to be rid of the lot of them.
No, that's how business is kept sweet.
He's my man now. Martin! This is my partner, Brian. He's an iron, but don't let that worry you.
As long as we know where we stand. This place is like a morgue. Where are your punters?
It's a cold night. Tuesdays are always slow.
Like most other nights nowadays.
Don't give me hate, Brian.
Is there somewhere quieter we can talk?
Here's best, Martin. No one can bug us here.
Well, Jack, did you think about the Daily Express job?
I thought about it. What about the guns?
We'll get you all you want.
What Daily Express job? A blag?
I thought he was your partner, Jack.
And we haven't talked about it yet.
Are you crackers? We got all these blaggers here on wages just waiting to work. Now you're giving work away to a bunch of paddies.
We understood you have the means. We have the knowledge.
We've got the firm, all right.
We don't like being referred to as a bunch of paddies, Brian.
Huh? Then what are you? Freedom fighters?
We're breaking the shackles of British oppression.
Good. Well, send us a postcard when it's done.
Is he taking the piss?
Just that puffy sense of humour he's got.
Huh? Well, I don't like it, Jackie boy.
Why don't you piss off, Brian? Make yourself useful. Rustle up some punters.
Just don't get too involved with these paddies.
Brian!
All right, I'm gone.
Yes, Rita?
Your son's here, Mr. Oldman. He wondered if you could spare a few minutes.
Thank you, Rita. Ask him to come in. This is a surprise, Brian. Close the door. Anything wrong?
Is that how it always looks? Come in here when I'm in trouble.
What fathers are best at. You seen your mother recently?
Oh, I had tea with her the other day, in the West End. She seemed distracted. She thinks you're having an affair with that woman from the Conservative Party.
Margaret Courtney? Is that why you're here?
Nah, of course not.
I'd admire it if you were that brave, Brian.
It's nothing to do with me.
Oh, your mum thinks I'd find the time. I put in 14 hours a day here, sometimes more. She sees Margaret more than I do. Yeah, she's got a husband. Some Powerful civil servant.
I've met him. Horrible bastard.
You did? Where?
No, it doesn't matter. How's business, Dad? Making those 14-hour days worthwhile?
Well, we're doing all right, despite the red tape involved. I don't wonder people go bent.
Have you tried that way, Dad?
I want to build up a legitimate property developing company. We're small at present. I don't bite off more than I can chew.
The big boys bribe councillors and politicians, Mum says.
Well, since when was business any different?
I counted 6 new employees out there. He must be doing okay.
They bring their problems, Brian. PAYE, national insurance, and paid holidays. No one's ever given me a paid holiday.
Perhaps now isn't the time to ask if you got room for one more.
You got someone in mind?
Me, Dad. I've had all I can take from Jack. He's balmy.
Your mum's been getting that sort of picture from Leah.
Still seeing her then, is she?
Oh, she sees her as one of her good works. She's got a lot of those nowadays.
So what do you think? Is that job offer still open?
Things have changed from when I thought we'd build a business together. What can you do, apart from threaten people?
Yeah, that can come in handy with difficult customers.
My view is, if you treat people right, they respect you.
So there isn't anything?
I always wanted you on board, Brian. Why the change of mind? Something happened?
The world's changing, Dad. You adapt or die. Nietzsche.
More Darwin in the city, son. Survival of the fittest. Could you survive here?
Why not? I'll survive with Jack, just about.
And what about Jack? What's he going to say?
Yeah, he thinks everyone's betraying him. He'd probably put the kibosh on me leaving.
Then we'll make him an offer.
Oh, that's terrific, Dad. Is it really going to happen?
I'll talk to Jack. We'll make it happen.
You crackers, Joey. Me become a company director. What would I want with all that bollocks?
It's time you got out of this way of life and went legit.
You've been plotting with my sister Alice.
Paying your taxes makes you safe.
All I gotta do is threaten my rivals.
Not anymore. Look at this place. Brian says there's hardly a customer.
We're changing our business model, ain't we, Pongo?
Whatever you say, Jack.
That's right. We're going blagging. More and more money's on the move nowadays.
The time of the gangs is over. Blacks from South London are moving in on the Richardsons' ground.
All them spades are interested in is drugs. Isn't that right, Pongo?
Whatever you say, Jack.
How long will it be before you're arrested, Jack?
What? You heard something, Joey.
Consider the law of averages. The police have got their tails up after the Richardsons' arrest. You and Brian have had a good run. Now he wants to come and work with me.
No. Brian ain't leaving my firm, he ain't.
See it as a football transfer. It's business. You get some money.
Brian's dead before I let him walk away.
Then you're making me your enemy, Jack.
Out. Throw him out, Pongo.
Listen to reason, man.
Out! Pongo!
Jack.
You've got to go, Mr. Oldman, now.
I knew Jack wouldn't go for it. He's scared I'll grass him.
In any negotiation, Brian, you have to keep your nerve. If you don't, you're lost.
Jack doesn't respond like a normal person. It won't work.
Listen to your dad, Brian. He knows what he's talking about. No one ever gets the better of him in negotiations.
The only way I'm going to get free is if Jack's dead or in prison.
Either one of those is possible.
What?
You heard me.
I couldn't do that. Not even to Jack.
Don't be wet, son. To survive, you have to be strong.
That would make me the worst sort of grass.
Do you want to sit and wait for the police to arrest you and shame us all again?
Listen to your mother, Brian. She's got a shrewd head on her shoulders.
I still don't think I could shop him to the cops.
Maybe I'll go and talk to Leah.
What good would that do?
Well, she wants to be free of my brother as much as you do. Perhaps I can persuade her to do the dirty on him. She deserves her chance.
Leah, open the door, please, and listen to me. Leah, open the door, please, Leah.
I'm scared, Cath. Jack will be more angry if he finds out.
He's got no right to be angry.
Please don't ask me to do this, Catherine.
You're very pale, Leah. You're not pregnant, are you?
Oh, God. That's the last thing. I can't get pregnant, I made sure of that. I'd kill myself rather than have Jack's baby.
If you were to give evidence against him, you'd be free. You can go back to your studies at university.
Don't do this, Catherine, please. Oh, no. Did Jack put you up to this? He did? I know he did.
Leah, calm down and be rational. He doesn't know about me coming here.
I'm sorry, Cath, I don't know where to turn. What will I do? What will I do? What will I...
Calm yourself. If we can do this, we'll all be free of him. The police will take him into custody and give you protection.
But Jack's a friend of the police. He gives them money.
Jack's got no friends in the police or anywhere else. We can do this, Leah. Joseph will negotiate with the police. You do trust me, Leah?
You're the only person in the world who helps me.
And we'll go on helping you.
There was a real risk in the action Joey and Mum proposed. One that could land him in trouble with Jack if it didn't come off, or the police if it did. Ordinarily, Joey wasn't a gambler. He liked to shave the odds through careful assessment and analysis of any situation. Even though he chose to meet with the policeman he had done most business with, DCI George Fenwick, he still wasn't sure. George seemed to be changing, and he couldn't make out if he was being influenced by the young detective who stuck close to him, or if he was influencing Tony Wednesday. They seemed to give nothing away as they listened to the proposition. Ignoring the possibility that they would sell us out to Jack, Joey was banking on the winds of change and how that might make the police more interested in arresting Jack than earning from him.
Let's get this right, Joey. You're offering us money to go after Jack. Is that a joke?
Never more earnest.
We'll tell Jack we're onto his little game. Right, Tony?
Unless it was Commander Drury who put him up to this.
I hadn't thought about that.
Would I come like this and meet two of you, putting myself at risk? Putting Jack away is in our mutual interest. Leah is key.
How much information does his girlfriend have?
First, you guarantee her safety. Not just for a couple of days while you interview her.
It still begs the question, how much information has she got?
Enough for 3 life sentences. Once she's in a safe place, you've got to do a lot of work putting other elements in place.
What about Pongo? Will he give evidence?
It'll be up to you. I can't deliver him.
You and Brian will give evidence?
You can't count on that.
Brian knows everything that Jack Braden's done. He might even go himself.
No, that has to be part of the deal.
How do you know you can trust me?
I don't, Mr. Wednesday. There's great benefit to you and Mr. Fenwick if we were to pull this off.
How involved is Commander Drury in Jack Braden's business?
He gets money from Jack's clubs and bookshops. Same from the Krays.
And all you want is Brian kept clear?
That and Leah Cohen kept safe.
We better go and talk to our governor. Thanks for lunch.
Would Brian Oldman be able to give up his uncle? I mean, put him away?
Joey's smart enough to know if he does, he'd likely go as well. That's why he made that condition about Brian.
But Oldman knows it's only a matter of time for them both.
Jack Braden's never objective, Tony. You got something in mind, you cunning bastard.
He was putting money on offer to us for doing nothing more than our job. Now, Jack Braden going away, that'd be something. We could slip Brian out on a deal one Mr. Slipper would go for, while we collect a chunk of money off Joey.
Nice idea, Tony. How do you see us finessing it?
Who's the most bent old bill they've got on the firm?
Hairpin Drury, for sure.
Well, Jack Braden and the Iron haven't got any love for him. If Brian could be persuaded to give him up, Drury might do most of the work for us. He'd put Jack into the frame, Gov.
It's dangerous. Ken Drury's well involved.
Oh, you in there as well?
What are you? The rubber eels?
If I don't know, I can't steer a way through. We'll end up getting our collars felt.
I've had a taste. Nothing major.
I heard you were the bagman for the pawn squad, Gov.
Who told you that?
If I've heard it, others have too.
If you turn out a wrong un, Tony, someone will end up topping you.
Question is, Gov, could we control the poison what comes out if Drury's nicked?
Always provided we get it first.
We'd best talk to our governor.
Can we trust him, Tony?
He's so desperate to nick the firms and bent policemen he won't see the pitfalls. The one I don't trust is Superintendent Redvers. He must be browning someone to get made up like that.
I wonder who.
Taxi!
I've heard the stories about Commander Drury. He might go now the Krays are nicked.
But will they stay nicked, Gov?
Hopefully, Tony. Be nice to grab Jack Braden's firm, too. Will Brian Oldman play ball?
Only as a way to save himself.
Yeah, well, nicking policemen is never nice. If Brian Oldman gave us Drury and Braden, I'd feel OK about doing the rubber heels job.
Our snout said they're doing a deal now to fill the vacuum the Kray's arrest has created.
If Brian Oldman can help us bring this off, he definitely walks. We might even beat your blue-eyed contemporary, Superintendent Redvers, to the pinch.
Well, we're all working for the same firm, Gov.
Redvers is more ambitious than most. Plus, he's got the ear of the Commissioner.
Perhaps he's browning him, Gov.
What? Oh, the Commissioner is letting him run his own investigation.
Then maybe we should give this to him, sir.
Piss off. Let them that does the work get the glory. Mind you, it shamed us all when policemen go bent.
If we were to give this to Superintendent Rivers, it might go straight back to Jack Braden, then being related.
That did occur to me. Look, see if you two can make a deal with Brian Oldman.
Masterful, Tony. You played him like a Stradivarius. Maybe we should give this to him, sir.
I wouldn't rely on Brian Oldman or Drury. We need a full-back position, Gov.
Have you got one, Tony?
Pull Jack Braden for something in his own right and hold him pending inquiries.
Let's see how Brian Oldman shapes up first. We'll take him to my favourite Joe Lyons.
Can you see any famous actors in here today, George?
We've no time for such niceties, Brian.
You'll be famous, Brian. Your face will be in all the papers.
Maybe. I might be dead if I give Jack up.
How much longer can your luck hold now the twins are nicked?
If you've got the evidence, why not just nick Jack?
He's trying to do you a favour, for old time's sake, keeping you out of the frame.
I know how long I'd survive with him nicked.
Our governor has assured me you'd stay clear, Brian.
Oh, does Mr. Slipper outrank Commander Drury?
Drury won't help you, Brian. The Kray twins thought he made them invincible. He didn't stop them being nicked. And when the chips are down, everyone saves himself.
Aye, they're sorting out the right trial judge, too. Our friend Melford Stevenson.
That would be very funny if they tore him.
Why's that funny?
I'll think about your offer.
Don't take too long.
You realise a lot of old Bill could fall. Drury will pull all he can into the frame.
We won't let that happen, Brian. We'll sift the evidence, keep you clear, and us. We've talked to your dad. He wants Jack gone.
It may be possible, George. Be double careful, though. Jack suspects everyone.
We've got a plan. It involves armed robbery.
Jack couldn't blag a sweet shop.
We think he'll go for this.
What's involved?
We think it's best you don't know. Then your uncle can't suspect you.
You don't know Jack.
I'll put it to him.
Well, I'll be hearing from you, no doubt.
You will. Thanks, Brian.
That lion thinks he's clever. He'll see how clever when he goes too.
The governor did say he could stay out if he grasses his uncle.
What happened with that judge, Melford Stevenson? Is he bumming him?
Hardly. Brian used to pull young girls for him. He had one back at Jack Braden's Mayfair apartment when the Krays sent in a couple of heavies to do for Jack. They killed the bird that was there. Melford Stevenson was hiding in the bathroom.
Far out. What happened?
Brian spirited the judge away. We disposed of the body.
Well, that'd be all right. They come up in front of him.
Yeah. Look over there. That's Donald Sinden.
Is he in here?
Yeah, about right.
Business isn't exactly booming, Pongo.
No one's got any money, Brian.
Is that it? Where's Jack?
At his flat. He ain't feeling too good.
Oh, I don't think it's going to get any better, the way things are shaping.
The geezer brought a note for you, Brian. Said it was urgent.
Huh? Who was it?
Just a messenger. That's the note there.
You open it, Pongo, in case it's a summons.
It's from that judge geezer, Melford Stevenson. Wants to see you. Can you have lunch at his club?
Let me see.
I'm glad you could make it, Brian. I've missed you.
These are dangerous times, Judge.
changes. Have you been watching the Forsyth saga on the BBC?
I can't say I have.
Fascinating. About greed and possessiveness and ownership, even of people. This is Edward in 1906, not 1968. The soup is very good. I often have 2 bowls of soup and 2 puddings.
That sounds fun. Why don't we do that today?
That's what I admire about you, Brian. Such a sport. Now, I have a little dilemma. You know the odious Reggie Kray and his equally odious brother Ronnie have been arrested.
I did hear. Along with most of their gang.
The trial looks like coming my way. Senior police officers particularly asked that I should hear it.
Well, I'm sure you'll do the right thing, Judge.
Is it all right for me to hear this case?
No one better, I wouldn't have thought.
Are you sure, Brian, that nothing compromising is likely to come out for either of us?
No. We kept you well away from that little turn at Jack's flat. Nothing will ever emerge.
Brian, that sets my mind at ease. Thank you, dear boy. We'll both have the soup, Clive. 2 bowls each.
Very good, sir. You're sure it's all right to talk here, Jack?
Is the old Bill Wilder place, George, have they?
Leah or no one is listening to us.
Whisper, George. You never know who's listening. Why are you coming to me with this proposition? There's plenty of blags about.
Not reliable ones, Jack. Not people I can approach.
It must be easy since the Krays were nicked.
That's part of the problem. There's a vacuum created with their arrest. Either your firm fills it or old Bill has to. It's the law of physics, Jack. You can't have a vacuum.
I know about the payroll at the Daily Express every week. It was put to me once before. I told him it's not my game. I've got to find something for me head, George.
Yeah, what are these? Oh no, they're Leah's.
Well, they'll do.
What you are, Jack, is a great organiser. You know how to manage a firm. You could get a few others and lift that payroll when it's the printer's bonus week.
As it happens, I do know a few blaggers what ain't working.
Reliable. With bonuses, it comes to about 100 grand.
That would do.
The way things are going, we're all going to need a bit of a pension.
What's happened? Something happened?
Old Bill is well busy. They could get busier. That's what that snaky detective I work with plans. Tony Wednesday, well bent, but I can't find anything on him. He's got plenty on other old Bill.
What's he planning to do?
Nip you if he can. And if he don't, that nephew of yours will, along with every old Bill who ever took an earner.
What, Brian?
Not Brian. Your sister Alice's boy, John Redvers.
Oh, I could bung him a few quid.
Don't even think about it, Jack. Let's get our pension from the Daily Express wages van, so I can retire somewhere safe.
I never did like that Tory paper.
Jack, keep well closed up about this. We don't want Tony Wednesday and a gang of old Bill waiting when you show up.
More clothes than a grave, that's me, George. Cushy.
What's all this about, Jack? I thought you didn't want to do regular blagging.
This ain't regular blagging. Thing is, Bri, there's this vacuum now the twins and the Richardsons are finished.
Yeah, we'll be next.
No, the law says you can't have a vacuum.
What law's that, then? One this poxy Labour government slipped in?
So either we fill the vacuum or old Bill does. I'd say we've had enough of them thieving hounds grabbing shares.
How do you know this Tony Wednesday and George Fenwick aren't setting you up?
No, George wants a pension to get out with before he's nicked himself.
And who have you got in mind for this robbery?
Someone well closed up. What about David Crutwell?
A terrific choice, Jack. He's on the island doing 10 for the train robbery.
George Fenwick's got a way to get him off.
This has to be a get-up. And you're mug enough to fall for it.
You don't know nothing, Brian.
I know you're being had.
You ain't got no bottle, son.
Yeah. Even if we do get him off the island, he might be less than happy about working for us. You nicked all his money from the train robbery.
No, we looked after it for him.
Well, this is really taking a piss. How do we get him out of prison, anyway?
It won't be hard. First, we got to see if he's up for it.
Well, you best think about alternatives as well.
David Crutwell will be as good as gold. Get some false ID. You and Bobby can pop over and see him like you're his brief with new evidence for his appeal.
Just like that.
Easy peasy, son.
Then why don't you do it?
I got to organise things, fill the vacuum, right?
It's better we have this conversation in the street, Brian.
What's wrong, Dad? You think your office is bugged?
One or two strange things have been happening lately. Strange people popping up. You don't know how to trust.
You're not getting paranoid like Jack, eh?
Just being cautious.
Is this what George Fenwick had in mind for Jack? Getting him involved with the black?
I'd have thought George and all the other police would have plenty on Jack already. And you, for that matter, Brian.
It's all a bit iffy. Especially with John Redford's being so busy.
Be cautious about this robbery. What are your plans for the money?
Oh, I thought that bent banker.
Which one? Well, most of them are bent. Julian Turwitt?
Would he have it?
So he can rob you again? Make sure you have enough to pull him into the frame to trade him if things go wrong.
What could go wrong?
Either you're being very naive or very stupid, Brian. 1,000 things. You got false identities to go out to Parkhurst prison?
We're getting them. I'm taking Bobby Brown as my clerk.
Does Bobby even know how to write? Now be careful. Having exposed myself trying to get you free of Jack, I don't want you to fall foul of the police and not get out of prison.
I'll try to stay awake.
I'd best get back to the office. This is Monument 2791.
Oh, Joseph, thank goodness. Been trying you all afternoon.
Margaret, you sound flustered. Is anything wrong?
I have to see you straight away, Joseph.
I've got a meeting at 6. Can you go to the hotel?
No. I prefer somewhere as public as possible.
Middle of London Bridge? Down Riverside?
I can be free in 30 minutes. I still love you, Joseph.
Rita, I've got to pop out again. I'll be back in time for my 6 o'clock appointment. Margaret, there you are.
Oh, I'm sorry, Joseph. I couldn't find a taxi.
What is all this? You're as white as a sheet.
Rafe, my husband, has found out about us. He's not pleased.
I don't see why he should be so upset. He's got no interest in you.
But as he pointed out, I am his wife.
He doesn't own you. He's of the liberated 60s, for God's sake.
Rafe takes a more illiberal view. It's because of his job. He loathes any breath of scandal. He's seen too many careers ruined by it, including his friend, Jack Profumo.
I'm sure he's ruined a few too.
What are we going to do, Joseph?
First try to find out what he intends to do.
Knowing the Colonel, it will be something unpleasant. He told me I wasn't to see you again. I can't do that, Joseph, whatever the consequences.
What you must do is give the appearance of agreeing to his wishes. We'll be extra careful about meeting.
Oh, Joseph, you darling, brave man. I thought you were going to reject me and never see me again.
The more I know of your husband, the less I like him. This perhaps explains the strange things that have happened.
Like what?
Oh, odd bods popping up out of the woodwork, asking associates about my early life, my business. Someone even phoned Catherine to ask her about Brian's birth. Caller said they were from the hospital.
Did she know the caller wasn't?
Catherine had a home confinement.
The Colonel, his people would know that.
And it's even odder. We'll go to different hotels and make sure we're not followed. Come on. You need a stiff brandy before you head back. We'll go to the station buffet. Yes, Rita?
Your 6 o'clock appointment's here, Mr. Oldman.
Oh, thank you. Show him in. Mr. Jupiter, do come in. Have a seat.
I don't want to sit, Oldman. This won't take but a moment. This is about what I expected. A cheap little office for dodgy deals.
What are you saying? You're here to talk about a property sale.
Don't be obtuse, man. You know who I am.
Well, I'm beginning to realise you're not Newsome Jupiter.
Sir Rafe Courtney, Margaret's husband. I don't take kindly to a barrow boy sullying my goods.
She's a person, and should be respected as such. You don't own her.
Oh, don't try that line. Your sordid little affair is no more elevated than a run through a muddy ditch.
Whatever you think of it, your wife and I have deep feelings for one another.
How pathetic. I rather hoped you'd have more substance and make a fight of it.
I'm not going to fight you.
Not even for the woman for whom you have deep feeling.
Well, that's clear you don't have none.
Don't have none, don't I? You can't even speak the Queen's English. Then why would you? Arriving here from Russia in a rag bag.
You don't have any feeling for Margaret and resent anyone else's affection
She
for her.
married me. She's my possession. Bought and paid for, sir. When I'm done with her, I'll release her. But when I do, I think you'll have no further use for her. Meanwhile, if you bring so much as a breath of scandal to my door, I will make you very sorry. You know what I do, Oldman?
Some secret service for the government? MI5 or something?
I will destroy you. Hurt not only you, but your family. Do I make myself clear?
You don't scare me.
Then you're a bigger fool than I took you for. This is your only warning.
Goodbye to you, Sir Courtney.
Can I go now? Mr. Oldman, you okay? Well, you're shaking. Can I get you a cuppa?
I'm fine, Rita. Yes, thank you. Just sit down for a moment. Thank you. Go home, please.
If you're sure, sir.
Why don't you have a fag and calm down, Bobby?
I don't think a whole packet of fags would calm me being in Parkhurst.
At least you get to walk out any time.
Still don't get Jack's 180-degree tunnel blagging. Unless he's gone a bit more mental.
He's all right. Don't worry about it.
I felt trapped as soon as I stepped through the gate and wanted to rush right back out. Too many bad memories, son.
They weren't all bad all of the time, were they?
For you, maybe. In 6 months, you do standing on your head. Try 4 years. The smell of the place, the sounds, they get in your brain.
You try doing 30 years like some.
Doesn't bear thinking about, Brian.
I've taught myself.
Eyes up.
Prisoner Crutwell for a legal visit.
Well,
what, Mr. Crutwell?
this is a private conversation between my solicitor and me about my appeal.
Oh, I'll send in some tea and biscuits then, shall I?
Yeah, 2 sugars for me. I got your stiff, Bobby. I'm buggered if I want to go and work for that slag Jack Braden. I'll see him dead.
No, it's all right now. Straight?
You're crazy. He'll nick not just the lion's share, but everything.
No, he won't. Jack had the ump over the train robbery. Anyway, I'm running this.
Oh, very reassuring, Brian. You're part of his firm.
No, me and Bobby have got our own phone.
Yeah.
Jack just thinks this is.
What makes you think I can help you in here?
We can help you, David. If you want some.
This is Parkhurst. You don't just walk out.
You get compassionate leave. Your old mum's gonna die.
What, again? The old girl popped her clogs 20 years ago.
You had a visit a while back from old Bill, promising you could go over the wall if you grasped a few.
Hey, look, I didn't give them dogs nothing.
This is it, David. They get a few names. We get a bit of help.
What are they going to do?
The old Bill got someone to switch your records to say your mum's still alive.
I expect those 2 promisers can claim to bring her back from the dead, can they?
This'll be perfect for you, David.
Oh, they ain't going to let me out without an escort.
Screws was bent as old Bill. We'd sort him out.
Yeah. Well, why not just capture him and tie him up?
The thing is, you'd have to come back after the blag.
You got to be kidding. Back here? Well, you like jib me?
If you don't come back, you got no alibi.
Well, I'll be on the run with a nice bit of dough like I should have from that train. What's the share?
Halves. Between those doing the blag and them fencing the money.
I'll tell you what, Brian. I'd stiff a pig to get out of here. No, I won't come back.
Well, that's it then. Come on, Bobby. This clan's a liability.
Wait, where are you going? We hardly talked.
We've heard enough, David. We'll find someone else. You can take your chances grassing a few to old Bill. Ring the bell, Bobby.
No, wait. Look, wait up. Can't I bring my share back here? I mean, wouldn't you be worried about Jack after the last turnout?
That was Jack. This is me. A bent banker gets your share out of the country to wherever you want it to go. Only you get the details.
I've got to put a lot of trust in you, Brian. If this goes wrong for me, I'll top you. Somehow. I'll get to you and top you.
I better make sure it doesn't go wrong then.
Jack got nervous about the whole enterprise. He wasn't in control and didn't trust the blaggers not to run off with the money. He said David Crutwell couldn't be trusted, nor Bobby, nor George Fenwick, even though he set up Crutwell's day release from Parkhurst prison just as he said he would. It was wearying the way Jack went on, and he started to make me nervous. In some ways, I wished I'd gone on the blag. It couldn't have been any less nerve-wracking than waiting for the phone call to say everything was done. When it didn't come, Jack went berserk. Said they were robbing him, that he'd shoot them all, including George Fenwick. Finally, the call came. It had gone off without any trouble. They'd stopped to let David Crutwell walk on the grass in Hyde Park. When I went to meet them in the underground car park there, the two prison officers were lounging against the car, joking with Bobby Brown and David Crutwell like they were old mates. When I gave each of them their envelope, one wanted to stop and count it. The other was too nervous to do so. Every penny of their monkey was there. After they'd gone with David Crutwell, I checked the money, then locked it in an old Ford Popular I'd parked there earlier. Bobby and I were well nervous about leaving it. Success went straight to Jack's head. He started bragging about the blag like some kid who'd done his first gas meter. How long was it going to be before some grass carried this to the wrong old bill? George Fenwick played whatever waiting game he was playing. There was no nicking in sight for Jack. Instead, he offered us another payroll blag. This one at the Daily Mirror. This one would be even bigger. We were on our way into Mayfair to see Julian Turwitt and check on the progress of our money.
You're an organisational genius, Jack. Brilliant, huh? Your army training must have stood you in good stead, what?
Yes, it's all about planning. Our money's safely away, is it?
All in Curaçao.
Where's that?
Dutch Antilles, not far from Colombia. There you are. It's a tax shelter we use for a lot of our customers. Those who can afford it. Cheers!
Cheers. It seems a long way off. Can we trust these people?
Oh, yes. They're proper bankers. Your brother-in-law found them.
Well, I don't trust Joey. He's slipperier than an eel.
I'm sure Brian will vouch for him. The bankers out there do exactly what's asked.
While that greedy kike Joey grabs more than he deserves. We should know how much he gets.
I don't think it works like that, Jack. Joey negotiates the price. 8 shillings in the pound.
Daylight robbery.
Well, you know what the saying is, Jack, when you deal with middlemen. Money talks, profit walks.
We got to get a bigger share. We done the collar.
It's not going to happen. 8 shillings is an excellent return. Without Joseph's connection, you'd be lucky to have got half a crown in the pound.
I say it's not right.
Yeah, mug, Jack, the deal's done.
It can be undone.
I'm afraid it cannot be.
Julian, our police contacts give us another payroll. The Daily Mirror. It's worth about 200 grand.
If it's clean, we'd certainly be interested. Still 8 shillings to the pound.
Bollocks. We'd be giving you 120 grand. You got to do better.
Our expertise is expensive. We have the most to lose.
Who's we?
Perhaps you should talk to Joseph about this.
You think I won't? Right now. Right.
Julian Turwitt's a fool sending you here.
What? Don't you think I can be trusted, Joey? I want to control where the money goes.
That adds unnecessary risk. The money goes somewhere safe. That's all you need to know, Jack.
Maybe you're too involved with that banker, Joey. What happens if he gets nicked for nonceing those boys at the boxing club? That's his game.
Then tell him to stop.
We still ain't getting enough.
Is that how you feel, Brian?
We could always use a better price, Dad. It might pay to shop around.
It increases your risk. You've got a narrow market for such money.
How comes the likes of you blokes do so well out of it then?
Well, you're free to try elsewhere. See how long you survive.
I know your game, Joey. Get me out of the way and grab everything with Brian.
Dad's right, Jack. It's too risky going with bag loads of dosh. You've got to have it sold before you get it.
I don't trust Bobby Brown on this one. It's too big.
Then you do it with him.
You think I couldn't?
Jack did just that, but it didn't go quite to plan. One of the guards wouldn't let go of the money despite Jack threatening him. The next moment, a sawn-off shotgun exploded, blowing the man to kingdom come. Then they were off running and gunning away with the money in the souped-up Cosworth Cortina, Bobby Brown blaming Jack for shooting the guard, Jack blaming David Crutwell. They were panicking and in shock. There was to be a bigger shock when we got the money to Julian Turwitt. It was then Joey dropped the bombshell. 8 shillings in the pound wasn't going to be paid for this lot, not now a guard had been killed. He was offering only 2 shillings in the pound.
2 bob? You thieving kike! I'll put you and Turwitt in the ground first!
You sell the money if you think you can without getting caught for murder.
What's that mean? You grassing me?
Don't be stupid, Jack.
Stay out of this, Brian, or you wind up tops.
This is my best offer, Jack. I'll pay 8 shillings in the pound and Brian comes to work for me as part of the deal.
So you can both plot against me?
No one's plotting against
you. Conniving bastard! Jack! Get up in! Let go! I'll have you! I'll finally...
Pongo! You weren't crazy, Pongo. Now, either you take him home and give us some Valium, or I'll cut his throat here and now. What's it to be?
You know the answer, Bri. I'd have to kill you.
You could try. Take him home.
Come on, Jack. Let's get you home, mate.
If I was a drinking man, I'd have a drink. Glad you didn't have to kill Jack, son. Be terrible to have blood on your hands.
At that moment, I realised I didn't know this man I called Dad. He seemed capable of any sort of accommodation that was convenient to his enterprise. Had he forgotten that they had shot and killed a guard during the robbery, the proceeds of which he was negotiating over? Or that Cath had killed her own father in our presence? Joey seemed to live a charmed life. He didn't stop seeing Margaret Courtney and thought he was being clever, changing hotels each time and checking he wasn't being followed. But something went wrong somewhere. The door flew open and a photographer stepped in and snapped them in bed. This was a familiar procedure for divorce proceedings. Only Sir Rafe Courtney wasn't interested in evidence for a divorce, and he didn't go after Joey, but me. Little realising that Joey wouldn't care ultimately. But there I am, getting ahead of myself again.
In G.F. Newman's The Corrupted, Joey Oldman was played by Toby Jones, Cath Oldman by Denise Goff, Brian Oldman, Joe Armstrong, and Jack Braden by Luke Allen Gale. Judge Melford Stevenson was Richard Wilson, Tony Wednesday, Alec Newman, Leah, Jasmine Hyde, Pongo, Chinawadu, D.I. Fennick, Theo Fraser-Steele, Turwitt, Jonathan Taffler, Rafe Courtney, Nick Sampson, Margaret Courtney, Vanessa Kirby, Superintendent Slipper, Mark Perry, and Rita, Annabelle Llewellyn. With Ross Kemp as the narrator. G.F. Newman's The Corrupted was produced and directed by Clive Brill and is a Brill production for BBC Radio 4.